Gopi Janabala Girivaradari Gopi Janabala Girivaradari Yasodhanandana Vijayanaranjana Yasodhanandana Vijayanaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachariya Yamuna Tira Vanachariya Ayora Jamadava The remedy for disease, all diseases, is the chanting of the Hare Krishna. Anyway, so I would like to read on the King of Knowledge, Rajavidya, Rajaguru, Bhagavad Gita, Raksha, Bhagavan Bhagavan, chapter is that? Karma Yoga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I'm choosing the verse from chapter 9, most confidential knowledge. Verse 2. It has a very long purport, but I will try to explain some of it while reading the purport. Continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, verse 2. Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Bhagavam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam Raja Vijaya Raja Guyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Bhagavam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam Raja Vijaya Raja Guyam Pavitram idam uttamam Kshabhagamam dharmyam Usukam kartum abhyayam Raja Vidya Raja Guya Pavitram idam uttamam Ratyaksha Bhagavan Dharmyam Susukam kartum abhyayam
Raja Vidya Raja Guya Pavitram idam uttamam
Pavitram idam uttamam
Ratyaksha Bhagavan Dharmyam
Ratyaksha Bhagavan Dharmyam
Susukam kartum abhyayam
Susukam kartum abhyayam
Raja Vidya Raja Guya Pavitram idam uttamam Ratyaksha Bhagavan Dharmyam Susukam kartum abhyayam
Raja Vidya Raja Guya Pavitram idam uttamam Ratyaksha Bhagavan Dharmyam Susukam kartum abhyayam Raja Vidya, the king of education.
King of education
Raja Guya,
Raja Guya
the king of confidential knowledge.
King of confidential knowledge
Pavitra,
Pavitram
the purest.
the purest
Idam,
Idam
Jit,
is
Uttaman,
Tamam
transcendental.
transcendental
Pratyaksha, by direct experience.
directly experienced
Avagamam,
Avagamam
understood.
understood
Brahmya,
Dhamya
the principle of religion.
the principle of religion
Susukam,
Sukam
very happy.
very happy
Cartoon,
Cartoon
to execute.
execute
Avyaya,
Avyaya
everlasting.
everlasting
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, HG Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Let us repeat. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Purport. This chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called the King of Education because it is the essence of all doctrines and philosophies explained before. Among the principal philosophers in India are Gautama, Kanada, Kapila, Jagnavalkya, Sandhya, and Vaishvanara. And finally, there is Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedanta Sutra. So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy or transcendental knowledge. Now, the Lord says that the 9th chapter is the king of all such knowledge. The essence of all knowledge that can be derived from the study of the Vedas and different kinds of philosophy. It is the most confidential because confidential or transcendental knowledge involves understanding the difference between the soul and the body, and the king of all confidential knowledge culminates in devotional service. Generally, the people are not educated in the confidential knowledge. They are educated in external knowledge. As far as ordinary education is concerned, people are involved with so many departments: politics, sociology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, engineering, etc. There are so many departments of knowledge all over the world and many huge universities. But there is unfortunately no university or educational institution where the science of the spirit soul is instructed. Yet the soul is the most important part of the body. Without the presence of the soul, the body has no value. Still, people are placing great stress on the bodily necessities of life, not caring for the vital soul. The Bhagavad Gita, especially from the second chapter on, stresses the importance of the soul. In the very beginning, the Lord says that this body is perishable and that the soul is not perishable. Antavanta me deha, ime deha, ichasyakta saririnaha. That is a confidential part of knowledge. Simply knowing that the spirit soul is different from this body and that its nature is immutable, indestructible, and eternal. But that gives no positive information about the soul. Sometimes people are under the impression that the soul is different from the body and that when the body is finished or one is liberated from the body, the soul remains in a void and becomes impersonal. But actually, that is the last. That is the fact. How can the soul, which is so active within the body, be inactive after being liberated from the body? It is always active. It is eternal. Then it is eternally active. And its activities in the spiritual kingdom are the most confidential part of the spiritual knowledge. These activities of the spirit soul are therefore indicated here as constituting the king of knowledge, the most confidential part of all knowledge. So still a long way. I'll stop here and you might forget the most important part of the part. So, Pamagyan, Timurang Dasya, Janang Salakaya, Chaksurang, Kilitante, Natas, Maisi, Sri Chaitanya, Rubistan, Stapitan, Kiributale, Swayam, Rupakadamayam, Gadati, Swam, Vachakalpatari Vasya, Kripasidhi Vacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaisnavebhyo, Namo Namah Vishnu Padma Krishna Krishna Vitale Srimate Tamal Krishna 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 Namah Vishnu Padma Krishna Krishna Vitale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Krishna Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Ye Visesa Sunabadi Paschatya Krishakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I read again the translation. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization. It is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Note the last phrase. It is joyfully performed. That is very important. So, I just came from South Korea to attend the Peace Summit sponsored by the HWPL, which is being sponsored by UNESCO and the United Nations for Communication. So I attended seminars on Buddhism, Sikhism, a sector of Christianity, which is founded by the chairman of the HWPL. And I met many Buddhists, different sects of Buddhists. And one of the most striking things that I've noticed or learned is that they don't know this confidential knowledge. They don't know. They don't know the secrets of their knowledge. And even though the founder of Christianity, Lord Jesus Christ, he said that the truth shall set you free. But no one in the Christian world is asking what truth is that. What is that truth? Is it confidential? They're not discussing the truth. They're not discussing this king of knowledge. Srila Prabhupada said that this knowledge is the secrets of all secrets, and it is the king. And that knowledge, according to several paragraphs of the purport of Srila Prabhupada, is that we are the spirit soul. It says here in the verse, it gives the direct perception of the self by self by realization. So many times before, when I was seeking for answers in life, I heard about self-realization. So my question is, what is there to realize in the self? Who are we? Sino ako? Who am I? Why am I a man? And why others are women? And men and women are attracted to each other, materially attracted. So, realizing that we are not this body, but we are the soul, which Srila Prabhupada said that it is eternal, does not die. Ajayate Viyate Mahakadachin Ayam Bhutva Bhavita Vada Puyaha Ajo Nichas Sabato Yapalam Ahanyate Hanyamani Saride. So for the soul there is no, it does not come into being. It will not come into being, and it was never created, and it does not die when the body dies. So that's the basic of spirituality. It is the most confidential knowledge because not everyone realizes this point, this realization. Devotees, even though they have heard this many times, especially here in the Philippines, devotees are mostly not into this realization, giving up the propensity to enjoy. We still want to fight, we still want to quarrel. Why? Because of false ego. So we always hear the words false ego. When we see somebody became angry, we will say, oh, he is in false ego. What do you mean by that? False ego. False ego means falsely identifying with our body. So, when somebody hurts our body, we retaliate. When somebody tells something against us, we try to fight back. This is false ego. Meaning, we are so much attached to this identification, to this body, that when somebody do something to us, either by words, by action, or by thoughts, we retaliate. There is no tolerance. When Jesus Christ was crucified on the cross, what did he say? Father, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. So he is already crucified on the cross. But when somebody tells us something which is quite false or not true, we fight. We become angry. So one of the qualification in chanting the Hare Krishna mantra is what? Tolerance. Tolerance. Tolerance as a tree. Why? We can only tolerate things, bad things that are coming to us, if we eventually realize that we are not this body. We are the spirit soul, which cannot be harmed, which cannot be touched, which cannot be heated, which cannot be affected by cold and hot temperatures, which does not die. This is the confidential knowledge that Srila Prabhupada is highlighting. I'll continue the purport. Now the first verse has specific significance. The words idam jnana. This knowledge refers to pure devotional service. So he mentioned that there are so many departments in knowledge. You have philosophy, you have engineering, you have sociology, you have communication, and many other departments of knowledge. But unfortunately, in all universities, they do not teach this king of knowledge. So this knowledge leads to what? Devotional service, bhakti, love of God. When I heard the lecture in Sikhism, you know the Sikh sector of Indians? Actually, it's the Sikh who assassinated one of the Gandhis. Yeah. They are mostly Kshatriya group. So they are tall, have big bodies. They wear turbans. Sikhism. And they are famous for feeding countless of people in India, and here they are also doing feeding in their temple. Many Filipinos are going there for free. So that's one of their main activities. Compassion to the human beings. I was about to ask them, are you all vegetarian? Do you extend your compassion to all living entities? I also learned that Buddhism, they do not practice vegetarian now.
Yeah. Now it's supposed to be vegetarian. Yeah, it's supposed to be vegetarian. It is supposed to be.
The basic teaching of Lord Buddha when he came, and that is the big reason why Lord Buddha came is what? To stop the animal sacrifice. In the Vedas, being performed during his time, that was around 2,500 years ago. And they are not vegetarian. In one of the lectures, the lecturer said, we have compassion, but we're not vegetarians. Why? He explained. Because one of the principles is not to earn for the food they eat. They want their food to come to them. So anything that is offered to them in charity, they will accept. So when somebody offered them dead flesh, they accept. I was raising my hand to ask a question. My question is, if somebody offer you that which is detrimental to your body and health, will you accept? And I will follow up. If it's detrimental to your soul, will you accept? Somehow I was raising my hand. I was at cold. So, right now we are ISKCON, the Hare Krishnas. It's the only, I don't want to call Hare Krishna movement as a religion. Srila Prabhupada said that this is a non-sectarian religious movement. It is non-sectarian. It is open to everyone. If you preach outside and try to convince them, you can say, you don't have to change your religion to become vegetarian. Isn't it? But first you can ask them chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Then somehow they will be purified by the chanting, and they will come to the temple to taste prasada. So they do not know. So why did I join that interfaith religious group? The only reason why I joined is to share this king of knowledge to them, to give them the real gift of knowledge, the most confidential knowledge. But somehow there are politics, still politics. Everywhere there is politics. So anyway, everyone was there. I met so many religious leaders from many groups. And when they see me, they chant Hare Krishna. Because one time we recorded a video here in the temple. I think that was a year ago. And somehow that video wherein I spoke for around 3 minutes was shown in the big screen. So somehow when I was always walking around and somebody will ask me, Hare Krishna, can we take picture? So that's the only reason why I joined, because we should spread this king of knowledge, spread this secret. And the secret will what? Make you happy. It is joyfully performed. The practice of Krishna consciousness, the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, worshipping the deities, the beautiful deities of Radha, Madhav, honoring prasada, and knowing that we are not this body, then the fear will go away. Then you can become happy. So the words of Lord Krishna here is that it is the perfection of all religion. I read and heard from my Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada that what happened to those who are really faithful in Christianity? What happens to those who are really faithful in Buddhism? And Srila Prabhupada's answer is, then you will chant Hare Krishna. Meaning, when you are truly serious in your practice, in your present religion, the Holy Spirit or the Paramatma inside the body, inside our heart, will lead you to the Hare Krishna devotee. Hare Krishna devotee will tell you about this secret knowledge so that you can be happy even in this miserable world. This world is not the place for a lady or a gentleman. If you read the Bible, in the first batch that will be saved, this topic about the revelation in the Bible was lengthily presented by the chairman of the HWPL. But he did not discuss those things which he cannot understand. Like the four beasts. They are the four beasts in the Revelation. And they are the half eagle, half human. Who is that?
Garuda.
Garuda. Second is the man with so many eyes in the body.
Indra.
Who is that?
Indra.
Lord Indra. Third is the half lion, half man. And who is that? Lord Nishinade. And a cow. That's Mother Earth. So it is us who can only understand this revelation. And the chairman said, I traveled 24 times around the world and analyzed other scriptures, and I found no prophecy like the revelation. I want to ask a question. I want to tell that in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second chapter, 12th canto, so many prophecies about this Kali Yuga, and this Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Puran was written, put into writing 5,000 years ago. So the Vedas, wherein Bhagavad Purana or Srimad Bhagavatam is part of it, it did not start 5,000 years ago. It was put in the heart of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma realized these Vedas from the heart, because in the heart is the Paramatma. So the Vedas is there during the time of creation. That was around half of the 311 trillion years that the whole creation was created. Around 311 divided by 2, that's around 150 trillion years. So I told that to one of the Hindus which I met, who lives in, who migrated in one of the Scandinavian countries. And he was saying that he left India. Somehow he has forgotten what his parents taught him. And then I told him so many things about Hare Krishna. And now I think he will go back to the roots. He is from Norway. He is from Norway. His name is Suni. And he is a mechanical engineer working for power corporation in that country, Norway. So, you should read Bhagavad Gita and study it by heart, because all the knowledge in the world that you have to learn is in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam. Who has finished reading Srimad Bhagavatam? Right, we have two elevated personalities here. Oh, that's true. When you have read Srimad Bhagavatam, there's nothing more to learn. Everything is there. And then you can broadcast to other living entities the glories of this confidential knowledge, the glories of this King of Knowledge. Wherever you go, you will have that enthusiasm, you will have that Shakti, energy to share what we have learned from these divine scriptures of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and other scriptures also like Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita is best. Srila Prabhupada called it as the doctorate degree in spirituality. When you finish Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat. Way back 2002, when I heard that Radhanath Swami was giving lecture on Chaitanya Bhagavat, I was always there. But then I had to go early, 30 minutes earlier, because there's another program being done by my guru, His Divine Grace Tamal Krishna Goswami. He started the Kirtan, the big Kirtan Mela. I was there when several of his most intimate God brothers did the Kirtan in the most what's the right word? In the most elevated way. Sometimes the tears will just come down when you hear the glorious singing of the Hare Krishna mantra. So continue practicing this sublime philosophy, this sublime knowledge, and this love of God, Bhakti Yoga. And we simply become perfect by chanting always the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Srila Prabhupada has a lot more description in this purport. It's around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.5 pages.
Please read.
this verse 2, chapter 9, or the most confidential knowledge. This is the secret of becoming happy. So try to know the secret. Questions? Yes.
I was reading a book and it justified what you said that Jesus is a vegetarian. It says Jews are supposed to be vegetarian, but some eat meat. They are called kosher, but they're really supposed to be vegetarian. Like I know some Buddhists, but they're not vegetarian. But you know, one of them says Buddhists are supposed to be vegetarian. And then during the Last Supper, it says that Jesus offered unleavened bread. And unleavened is vegetarian, it has no eggs, it's dairy-free, oil-free, and totally vegan. So it's true. And I just kind of like figured this out because even in the Bible it says that sometimes Jesus will retreat into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. I figured, well, that's Ekadasi. So it's
No,
true.
not Ekadasi, Kartik.
Well, Kartik. Kartik. Why?
When you observe the Kartik Vrat, it's around 30 days plus 5 days. 35 days. Because you have an additional Bhima Panchaka.
Yeah, because, I mean,
So, even the Muslims, they are observing the Ramadan. Sometimes the Ramadan will overlap with Kartik. So when it overlaps with Kartik, those Muslims who are practicing their vrat in the Ramadan will gain so much material benefit. So, this is Christ who's vegetarian.
yeah. It says it. And because I also...
And the Romans,
Yeah.
Emperor Constantinople during those times, he made Christianity as the official religion of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
But then Constantinople cannot practice vegetarian. So what he did is he instructed the leaders of the Christians during that time to take away vegetarianism in the Bible.
Because I've always been, what do you mean he offered unleavened bread? So that's it?
Unleavened bread is the flat bread which is being offered.
Yeah.
And during Sunday feast, we sometimes give flat bread.
Yeah.
We call that chapati.
Oh yes.
So unleavened bread, ano yung pampalsa?
Puris. Yeast.
Yeast.
Yeast, yeah.
Yeast is not offerable to the deities. Yeast. Yeast is the small mushrooms. So mushrooms are not also offerable to the deities. Why?
Why?
Because they grow in the dark.
Oh.
Does not grow through the chlorophyll
Oh.
or the light synthesis. So it's in the mode of darkness. That's why most of the mushrooms, they are considered intoxicants in the Hare Krishna tradition. Either they affect your genitals so that you become sexually aroused, and they have toxins. Almost most mushrooms have toxins to a little extent. Those which are considered eatable, they can be eaten. They still have small amount of toxins.
Where did the toxins come from? Where do the toxins come from?
In the mushroom itself.
In the mushroom itself.
Yes.
So it grows with toxins.
The toxins grows with the mushroom.
No. Thank you. Now I know. And also in the Bible, he's called the Lamb of God, Jesus. And I kind of like figured, because when the Pharisees have their ceremony, they offer a lamb. They kill a lamb.
No, that's the Passover lamb. So Jesus Christ did not sacrifice the Passover lamb when he did the Last Supper.
Yeah.
So what he offered is unleavened bread and juice from the grapevine. Juice, not alcohol.
That wine.
So some will ask, oh, Jesus Christ offered wine. But that's fresh juice from the vine.
Yeah.
So it's grape juice without the alcohol. Any other question? Wait,
Okay,
after somebody else.
Yeah.
Ladies, wala kayong other questions?
Any question
For sharing.
from the Thailander? Oh, you have a question? Oh, okay. Mother Dulce.
Sorry, get me confused. Anyway, I also read somewhere. We shouldn't be drinking dairy. Why? Because the cows get hurt when you get milk from them. Apparently, there are machines put on them to take out the milk, and therefore milk just got.
So those are the vegans.
Yeah.
What you read is an article by the vegans who prohibits
Yeah.
drinking milk. Actually, that's true in a sense. Right now, the mass production of milk, they uses vacuum gadgets. They do not use the hand to get the
Yeah.
precious milk from the cows. So, in a way, when that vacuum gadget they use, there's not much control, so even the blood of the cow will go with it. So the commercial milk is not good. The best is the milk in India.
And what is that?
The best milk are in India.
Oh,
Why? Because they do not use the vacuum gadgets.
yes.
They use the hands.
Because they use the vacuum because they want to have more, right? It's really because so that they can
No,
sell
not
more.
really.
No.
To everything in this Kali Yuga is shortcut to the work. To the work. Soon the robots will replace the human beings, and the human beings will not do anything. So, but I heard from, I don't remember the guru who said that. I think it's Janananda Maharaj. What can you do? You have to drink milk. Milk is very important in health. When I went to Korea, maybe the milk that they are offering, fresh milk, full cream milk, is very tasty. Not like the dead milk here.
Yeah.
UHT, ultra heat, treated.
Oh gosh.
It's very creamy and very tasty. I did not take anything there except the leaves. So the leaves for the salad, the lettuce, and the green leaves. Put it in my plate. I did not use the salad dressing because they use vinegar. Actually, we're not allowed to take vinegar. Vinaigrette, they use onion and garlic. So I did not use that. I used the fruit nectar which they made. So I had a very nice breakfast salad and a lot of fruits. So my 4-day stay in South Korea, I was not in austerity. It's like I'm living in the forest, just eating fruits and leaves. Okay. No.
Okay, question?
And very short.
Okay.
I was wondering about the Goshala. Do they provide milk, the cows? Some milk?
Right now, we haven't tried to get milk from the mother which had a newly born calf. But I will ask some of the caretaker to get some milk and we'll offer it to you. Somehow the breed of the cow is not that good.
The breed of cow.
You have small others, not the real breed of cows. You have big others, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's making like that when they walk.
They are just starting. Starting because they just arrived.
I read
Your second question.
Yeah, quickly. I was thinking about this verse, Raja Guyam, most secret of all secrets. I think the distribution of Krishna Prasadam is the most secret of all secrets.
Yes.
Because in terms of weapons for distributing transcendental knowledge, that we're distributing the books, but sometimes takes a long time for the seed to fructify. But the holy name, so they're going in, but they're not receptive, But the Krishna Prasad,
Yeah.
has immediate effect also. And I heard Srila Prabhupada, he said this in one conversation that
It's in the book of Burija.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one disciple, he asked him what to do if someone is in complete ignorance. They do not want to ask
They
anyone.
don't want philosophy.
They don't want philosophy. They think this holy name is useless. So what can we do for this person? And then Prabhupada said, give them Krishna Prasadam.
Yeah, in the book of Burija, he said, Srila Prabhupada saw the Filipinos' faces. And he said, they all look like witches and warlocks. Just give them prasad. Yeah.
Feed them.
Just feed them. So that's what Mother Indrabali is doing. A lot. Even Hare Krishna Filipino devotees here, they don't read books. Only a small fraction, very small fraction of Filipino devotees read books. They are more on eating. That's okay.
Don't.
I'm not criticizing them. I'm just telling the reality in the Philippines. So when they take more prasadam, that's when they listen. They begin to listen to Krishna Katha. But the reading of books, when my Gurudev, our Gurudev is still living, he always, when he comes here, he always asks, who has finished the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam? So, 4 to 8, around 8 will raise their hands. Second canto, a few have fallen, so around 6 only. Third canto, only 4. Fourth canto, only 3. Fifth canto, only 2. Sixth canto, only 1. Seventh canto, only 1. Third canto, only 1. No more. So our Gurudev will just shake his head. So it's very important to read the books of Srila Prabhupada, because when the test in life comes, there's something to cling on. You'll be able to appreciate what you have read from the scriptures, from Srimad Bhagavatam, and you will be able to overcome the test of life. Thank you for that question. Okay. Mother Durbali doesn't want me to answer any other questions. You can ask the question during Prasad. Kantaraj Bhagavad Gita ki Srila Prabhupada Gita Gita Gora Pramanand